Okay, welcome back. This is James Possible. This is part 5, and I'm going over my new MetaTrader for ExpertAdvisor. And what it does is it captures tick data, live tick data, and saves that data for you to use later in Excel or some other whatever program you want to use it in. And the data, so tick data is the bid-ask data. And so this is part 5. If you look in the description, it'll point to the previous video, and each video points back into the description to the previous video. And each video has a download link for the MetaTrader 4 ExpertAdvisor. So absolutely download it. I can't recommend it enough. I'm somebody that really appreciates data, and I've tried so many other ways to gather data, and this hands down is the easiest way to capture, save, and use MetaTrader 4 price data. And it just so happens that it's the actual tick data, which is really, really important, and I explained that through this series. So part 5, I'm going to jump in where we left off. We're in Excel, and I had just drawn a price chart in Excel based on the bid-ask data. So let's go ahead and get started. This is where we left off. And let's pop back here. No, that was, okay. So right here, let's slide back here. Okay, so I took and converted the bid data, not the bid and ask, but the bid data. I converted it to candle data. First I converted it to open, high, low, close volume, and then I converted it to candle data, and there we went to the next spreadsheet and listed the candle data out in a spreadsheet, and then I showed you how it matches up with the price data on a live chart. All right, so this right here, I believe if I have that right, yes. So here's let's do this a little different here. So to the left is the actual MetaTrader 4 price chart, and to the right is a snapshot of the Excel spreadsheet. So you can see, aside from the candle size, and we could actually take this and scrunch it down a little and probably get it to look pretty close to the same. It's just the scale's off a little bit, and that's fine. But you can see they're the same. It is the same price chart. All right, so let's pop back here to Excel. Okay, so where do we go from here? Well, I told you that the ask side, the bid and the ask data, understanding both is really important. And the challenge is the price chart in MetaTrader 4 is a bid chart. So I believe I have that right here. Yeah, so in MetaTrader 4, the price charts are based only on the bid data. So what you see in the price candle is bid data only, bid price, right? Meaning the price candles, the price bar, or the line charts are displaying bid data only bid data, okay? I know I keep emphasizing this, but it's important that you understand that. So now let's pop back to Excel and, well, let's go to the next level. I am going to turn to work on the ask data. So now we get to see the other side of the puzzle that we don't typically see, right? I mean, well, we don't ever see in MetaTrader 4. There are some programs that do actually give you the ability to look at ask data charts as well, but the vast majority of Forex traders out there don't ever look at ask data like they do bid data. So, and that's really important because just looking at the bid data and trading shorts and longs, you're not getting the whole picture. You're missing it, and it's really a powerful thing to understand. So here we broke down. We did the open, high, low, close, volume on the bid candles, and then I converted it to the candle data, right? So let's do the same with ask data, all right? And let's start here. Let's see, open high right here. And let's do a merge. Okay, so that's that. In fact, let's do this before I go any further, so just so we're not confused by it. Okay, so that's the ask data, right? Now we are going to build, I mean, that's the bid data. The green is the bid data. Now we're going to do the same thing except with ask data. So now let's okay, so the open, I'm going to initialize that. Boom. And then here's the formula for the open. And let's just go all the way down here. Boom. Okay, so that's the open data. And you'll see that it matches the ask data. So I want to really bring this home. So on the bid data, you see how it says 13672. Well, the open is 13672, but the open on the ask 13684. So the data is definitely different on the ask side. Okay, so let's look at the high. So we just did the, there's a high. And now let me throw in the formula for that. Okay, so now we have the high, 13689, and if we look at those, look at the ask ticks, you'll see that 13689 is definitely the highest value there. Okay, so now let's work on the low. And now we're looking at the low, 13684. So let's look at those 5 ticks. And definitely the low, you can see the low is definitely 13684. Now let's work on the close. Close is pretty straightforward. It's the last tick in the set of related tick data. So we have 5 ticks. The last one is 13689. So naturally the close is 13689. Okay, now let's do the volume. pretty straightforward. The volume is going to be the same on the ask side as it is the bid, because the tick data that comes across, each tick includes a bid and ask price. Okay? So now we have the open, the OHLCV, so the open, high, low, close volume on the ask side. And so let me do this real quick. I'm going to go ask price. I'm going to go over here and bid price. Yeah. And I'm going to save this. I haven't saved this in a while. Okay. So now we've done the initial work to identify our candle, our price candle component, our price candle values. So now let's go to the next level and convert that data to actual candle data so we can look at a price chart. This is going to be cool. Okay, so let's first things first. Let me go over here. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. This is what I wanted to do. And I'm going to copy all of this, since that's what we're about to do. Yep. Now, this right here is actually going to be a different color, and that's fine. Okay. So AE, so I'm going to put, that's the candle number. That's going to be the symbol, date, time. So the candle number, the symbol, and the date and time are going to be the exact same as they are on the bid side. Okay? Now, calculate the open, the high, the low, the close, and the volume. And then I'm going to just copy all these in one fell swoop. And voila. We now have, let me do it like this. Boom. We now have the ask candle, price candle data. And let's just do this. Control copy. I go over here to this spreadsheet. I'm going to slide over a little bit. I might shrink this down a little. Okay. And then right here, I'm going to paste. And there we go. Now I'm going to sort all of this, right? This is ask data, so I'm going to do a quick data sort. Boom. And there we go. So we have 6 candles on the ask side, and let's color code these so we're not confused. Boom. And all right. And I could even, let's see, where would I be? don't want border color, I want fill color. There we go. And let's choose color. Okay, there we go. So we want to color coordinate all of this. So there's the date time. Let's spread this out a little bit. Okay, there's our ask data. Now, oh, and then what I didn't do last time was, see how it says series 1, 2, 3, and 4. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete the price chart. I'm gonna include the open, high, low, close header as header information, right? And now I'm going to go back to Insert, Other Charts, and select the stock chart, and voila. And again, I'm going to just double click that. I want solid fill. We got the right green, boom. And now you see how it tells you that the series are open, high, low, close, that it's drawing out. Okay, now let's do the ask side. So I'm going to go Insert, same thing, Other Charts, and there we go. Get these about the same. Double click that, and I'm going to change the color there to boom. Okay, and here we go. Now we have a bid chart and an ask chart, price chart. Now, it's kind of confusing because if you look at them, they're like, well, they don't look a whole lot, all that much different. But here's the thing you got to notice. They start at different, the minimum on the, so the range of data on the ask chart equals 1.13695. That says the max, to 1.13655 as a minimum, right? And I'll just merge that. Okay, there we go, perfect. I'm going to copy that over here. Okay, so on the bid side, we have, see how the max is actually lower, it's 680, and then the minimum's also lower, 640. So that's why the charts don't really line up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the range on the bid price so you can see how it matches up. And here we go. So I'm going to use the same. So on the minimum, I'm going to use the minimum from the ask, which is 655. On the max, I'm going to use the max on the ask side chart as well, which is 695. And I'm going to click close. And now suddenly we have a really different view, don't we? In fact, let's do this. I'm going to change, whoops. I am going to go back here. And I'm going to take the minimum back down to 4. Actually, I'm going to take it down a little bit further. I'm going to go down to 50. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here on the ask chart as well. So no, I want that to be auto. I want E to be 0. Okay. So what do we have? Let's see, can I draw a line here? Yeah, I'm just going to draw over these. And let's configure this. Format shape. Fill. Yeah, I want it to be solid. Line color, I don't want a border on it. Let's change this color. Let's keep it black. I just want to make it a thick line. Okay. So on the first candle, in fact, I'm going to color this. Format shape. I want to color this green. I want to color this one and I wonder if I can I'll just shrink these a little bit. Yeah, that's probably good right there. Give them the same height, size, height, 0.16. Just bear with me a second. Size. Okay. So candle 1. And candle 1 on the ask. See the difference? Let's insert another shape here. Rectangle. Format. And no fill. Line color, let's just make it black. And oh yeah, there's the transparency, okay. So first candle, let's look at that. On the bid and first candle on the ask. And now let me change the transparency on these. Let's just go with 75. Yeah, that's good. It might be too light for you to see it. I'll go 85. I'm going to go 90. And 90. Well, that's not working very well. Yeah, I'll just turn the transparency off. It's just oh, I know. I get it. My graphic program I use goes the other direction, so I apologize. Okay, there we go. I just had to think about it backwards. Okay. So you can see that the bid price on candle is much lower than the ask. Let's go to the second candle. Same thing. So between these candles is the spread, or the gap. That gap is called the spread. And the beauty when you're looking at the bid and the ask is that, especially when you have the spread changing on you, you begin to see some really interesting stuff happen with the price. And you get to see how the market makers, when they start working the spread, how they really can make money and you can lose money. So there you have it. We went from bid data, from the bid-ask data, right? Went from bid-ask data to tick data, converted it to candle data on both sides, the bid and the ask, came over here and translated that into price charts. So you could see the difference between the bid and the ask. Now here's the really cool thing is that you could actually plug Excel in to connect it to MetaTrader 4 and display both a bid and an ask price chart. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Definitely a discussion for another time. But this is it. This is these 5 parts walk you through the basics of using the MetaTrader 4 ExpertAdvisor, collecting the data, pasting it in, and into Excel, and doing some basic stuff with it. Now, the more skilled you are with Excel, the more technical analysis you can do. So what I just realized, I wasn't moving this around. See, if we look, there's the bottom of that third candle. There's the bottom of that third candle. So really, really interesting stuff. All right, well, thank you for joining me on this 5-part journey. And if you haven't downloaded the ExpertAdvisor, the link is in the description below. And the description below also points you back to the initial video, which talks about the installation and configuring, well, there's really no configuring, but actually installing, the downloading and the installing of the ExpertAdvisor into MetaTrader 4. And then this series, part 1 through 5, I walk you through opening the data, saving the data to Excel, and then converting it, as I'm showing you here. And you can use other data tools. It's, wherever your skill set is at, as long as you have the data and you have solid data, you can do whatever you want to do. And again, remember, if you're wanting to build a database of tick data, what you will have to do is open the chart, price chart, with the SaveMT4TickData ExpertAdvisor installed, and just leave that chart open all week long. Don't touch that chart if you're going to trade. Set it off to the side, and then create another install, and from that install of MetaTrader 4, do your trading. That way, your data, there's no possibility of your tick data being interrupted or slowed down because you're trading and maybe adding indicators and doing some kind of live analysis. Okay, so there you have it. This is James Possible. Thank you so much for joining me. Leave comments, like, share, subscribe. In the descriptions below, you can follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, and in any one of those places, even here in YouTube, you're more than welcome to ask a question, and I'll do my best to answer those questions. But that's it for now, and thank you so much for joining me.